Hey YouTube. Okay, I wanted to do a video on my breastfeeding experience. I have Carter sitting next to me. I had planned to breastfeed, and I bought all the stuff to breastfeed while I was pregnant. So the first hour after he was born, I held him and I tried to breastfeed, and he didn't latch. So, you know, I thought it was no big deal. We're both just exhausted. So then after he got back from the nursery, when I was in my recovery room, he got back from the nursery, we tried again, and didn't latch again. We tried the entire time I was at the hospital. We had to give him formula because he just wouldn't latch, so they brought the pump in and I started pumping and gave him whatever I could pump, but at that point my milk hadn't come in yet. So we left. He was born on Monday. We left on the Wednesday after he was born. He had latched at that point one time for maybe 10 minutes. And he had latched perfectly when he latched perfectly, and I loved it. It was amazing. It felt amazing to breastfeed. I loved it. So I went home and I continued pumping. My milk came in that Thursday after he was born, and I was pumping and my milk came in fine, and I got a great supply. Very lucky. I got a great supply, and I continued trying for the next 3 weeks. Continued trying. Went back to a lactation consultant. He made it very difficult. When I was in the hospital, I think the lactation consultant and nurses and me would spend up to an hour and a half sometimes working on it. So after 3 weeks of trying, and I had the baby blues, and I just felt crazy overwhelmed, I just decided, you know what, I pumped. He got my milk for the first 3 weeks. The pumping's just becoming too much right now. And he wouldn't latch at all. He would scream if I tried to have him latch at the lactation nurse, and then I would cry and he would cry, and it was just bad. So that's what happened with that. And you know, I mean, whether you feed your kid your baby breast milk or formula is completely up to you. A mother knows what's right for their child and what's right for them and what's right for their life. I would have liked to breastfed, like to have breastfed him. I wanted to do it up to like 6 months. I kind of miss not having that experience personally. I have no problem giving him formula. He is perfectly happy with whatever you give him, and he's a completely healthy, happy baby. But, you know, I kind of miss having that experience. But, besides that, you know, it was difficult. So, I just wanted to share it because I know some women I know, some women I know think breastfeeding is just like the easiest thing. Just, there's no excuse for not being able to do it, and that's not the case. I just wanted to share my experience because it was hard for me, and I could only pump to give him my breast milk because he wouldn't latch. And so it can be difficult, and I just want to share my experience because I think it's important to support women who are having trouble with it or couldn't breastfeed and, like me, maybe miss out on that experience, but there's no reason to feel bad. I mean, I even feel bad sometimes, but I mean, look at him. He's a big, healthy, happy baby. So there's no worries, and definitely when I have more children, I'm going to, of course, try each time to breastfeed. Yeah, that's my experience, and if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to help out with anything. Even though I didn't breastfeed, like, to the breast, I have lots of tips if you're having trouble because we used everything in the book. It didn't work for him, but it might work for you, so if you have any questions, just ask. Alright, thanks.